All right, council. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. It is officially 6:35 right now, and we'll go ahead and begin with roll call.
Carrillo. Present. District 2 Alderman Richard Hughes.
Here.
District 3 Alderman David Emery.
Here.
District 5 Alderman Matthew Martinez.
Here.
District 4 Alderman Michael Rodriguez is absent.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can please rise. Let's go ahead and take care of pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, council. All right, let's reflect on as we do that. Let's go ahead and move on to 4 citizens to be heard. This is the opportunity for citizens, visitors, and guests to address the city council on any issue or any item on the agenda in compliance with LGC section 551.007. City council may not discuss any presented issue, nor may any action be taken on any issue at this time. Citizens to be heard are limited to 3 minutes each. Attorney General Opinion, JC 0169. I don't think we have anybody, nobody signed up to speak. Okay, I'll still ask, going once, going twice. All of you can go ahead and show for item number 4, no comments provided. All right, let's go ahead and move on to item number 5, consent agenda. Consider the approval of the minutes. We have the first one, August the 18th, 2025, a special meeting, and then August the 25th, 2025.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion
Okay,
that we approve the minutes of August 18th and through August 25th, 2025.
okay, both dates?
Yes, sir.
Got a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Got a second? Okay. Discussion on the minutes. Anything? Nothing? Okay. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, all yeas. There you go, Paula. We're able to take care of that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to B. Consider the approval of the payment of the bills. And Zach, I think you have an update on that.
Yeah, I did leave at the dais for each of y'all. There was just 3 additional charges. They were highlighted, but of course I printed it in a black and white printer, so that didn't really help y'all. But you can kind of see a little bit grayed. And so just 3 additional charges that came in a little late. And since we had the meeting tonight, figured we'd stick them in there for you. So.
Good.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the payment bills as presented in the update.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second, okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, council, thank you so much. Takes care of that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move into number 6. Just as a formality, since it was listed, this is not going to be the last official one, but we'll put it out there. I'm still just going to go ahead and cover it because it was on the agenda. And this was a public hearing. It's 6:38. Just go ahead and write it down. As going into public hearing. A, conduct a public hearing concerning the proposed extension of the City of Lytle municipal boundaries through the voluntary annex of approximately 99.89 acre tract of land, the property being generally located south of Interstate and east of Rolling Meadow Drive, Lytle, Bexar County, Texas, and more particularly described as a combined total of 99.89 acres as described in the deed number 2022010969 of the deeded records of Bexar County, Texas, and consisting of a 75.51 acre tract of land legally described as CB 4265 P-2A 40361.261 CC 4268 P-5F A 40214.252 and a 24.5 38-acre tract of land legally described as CB 4266 P-1A ABS 401 8.539 CB 4267 P-1 ABS 1234 15.845. Okay. We just wanted to do this because it was out there. It's not, once again, council, this is not the official in the sense we will have one. They'll give the opportunity. But since it was out there, I want us to document that we still had an opportunity. And it's safe to assume, I don't think we have anybody registered for that. I don't see anybody out here. So if you can annotate the minutes, Paula, and just go ahead and annotate that there was nobody in attendance to provide comments for this, even though we will have another chance in our next council meeting on the 22nd.
22nd, yes.
On the 22nd. And that will be the actual one that will tie into that too. Okay? So just want to go ahead and do that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and show. It is 6:41 p.m. and we are going ahead and closing. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the action items. This is item number 7, open session, take action on items discussed. Council, the first one, do I need to read it? Or
No, I think it's
okay,
fine.
the first one kind of ties in, just for relationship, ties in to the annexation, which is what the public hearing was all about. I think at this point, the right thing for us to do is I would need a council member to go ahead and mention or make a motion for us to table this. And we will table it until the next meeting for us to go ahead and take care of this item since we have to do it on the
Yeah, I'll
22nd.
make that motion.
And make a motion to,
Table this item 7A until our next regular schedule.
okay, we got a motion on the floor. We got a second, okay. So I got a motion to table and a second. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All yeas, we will go ahead and table this until the 22nd. That is the Monday, right?
Yes, yes.
Okey-dokey. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move on to item B, consideration and possible action concerning award a competitive seal bid number CSB number 2025-0603 for the booster station improvements to TACNEC LLC in an amount not to exceed $1,443,490. Zach.
All right, Mayor and Council, obviously, we reissued the competitive sealed bid for our booster station project. This is one of the CO-funded projects. We went back out for bid. We had 2 submissions. If you recall, one of those was on time. The other had a glitch in the system and did not submit on time. They submitted a protest. Council agreed to move forward with accepting of their proposal as a part of the consideration. Ultimately, AG3, in reviewing those 2 proposals, has come back with TACNEC is the award that they are recommending for this particular project at the mentioned price of the $1,443,490. So following, obviously, if council moves forward with the award, then we'll work with getting a contract with them and in front of y'all at a later meeting. So.
Okay. And this is one of the projects that we had as part of our previous agreement. So we're just following through with taking care of the next step for this. So if I can go ahead and get a motion for
Yeah,
this.
Mayor, I'll make that motion that we approve or award the competitive sealed bid CSB number 2025-0603, booster pump station improvements to TACNET LLC in an amount not to exceed $1,443,490.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Okay, thank you. I got a second. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Done.
Any opposed? All yeas. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to C, consideration and possible action concerning authorizing the city administrator to close the certificate of deposit account ending 2294 at Lytle State Bank with funds totaling $69,435 with 24 cents. Zach.
Mayor and council, this particular CD is still at the bank. It is maturing at the end of this month in September. So as we've done with other CDs, once they're getting to that mature date, go ahead and closing those out after the direction that council gave, and moving that to text pool for the higher earning interest that we're receiving over there. So this one was listed as a library CD. So at some point, some funds or something went for library. So obviously, in addition to accepting the closing of that CD, I would ask that the funds get dedicated to the general fund for the library.
Got it. As part of our relationship, we're just closing down some of these accounts.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Good.
Yeah, Mayor, I'll make a motion on that. Moves that we authorize city administrator to close certificate of deposit account ending 2294 at Lytle State Bank, moving the funds to text pool and annotating the money toward the library in the amount of $69,435.24.
Okay. Zach, is that good?
That's good.
Okay. Second that? Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All yeas. Motion carries forward. Let's go ahead and move on to D. Consideration and possible action concerning authorizing the city administrator to close a certificate of deposit account ending 6465 and certificate of deposit account ending 2667 at Lytle State Bank with funds totaling $1,146,434 with 15 cents.
Mayor and council, the reason I did separate these two from the previous one is with this particular closing of these two, these were the ones listed in the FY 25-26 budget that was making the general fund, basically balanced by closing these two out. So very different situation than moving it from, taking it out of the Lytle State Bank and moving it to text pool. So wanted to just make sure these were completely separate, items. But that's what this particular item is doing.
Does a motion need to state that the funds be moved to the general fund?
Just to the general fund, yeah.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Okay.
I move that we authorize city administrator to close the certificate of deposit account ending 6465 and certificate of deposit account ending 2667 at Lytle State Bank with funds totaling $1,000 and $146,434.15 respectively, with the funds being put into the general fund.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor? Do I have a second? A second? Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All yeas. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of E, consideration and possible action concerning resolution number 2542, a resolution in City Council, City of Lytle, Texas, approving the City of Lytle federal grant-funded procurement policies, providing for a repealer clause and an effective date. Zach.
All right, so Mayor and Council, we are, as you are aware, we are submitting a grant application through the General Land Office for purposes of pursuing a new comprehensive plan update. As a part of that application, the General Land Office is requiring to see that we've adopted certain policies, and this is one of those policies that is required. And so really just a kind of a pass-through deal, and so just making sure that this is on the books is something we have as a part of that application process. So.
Has our legal team looked over this?
They have not, but literally it's like straight from the federal statute. So I mean, there's really nothing we can change as a part of it. So.
Are in accordance with all of it.
Or we will be when we go through the process as far as, so what it really is governing is as we go through the process of procuring any contractors or anybody that's going to be ultimately working on the comp plan, that we are following the regulations that the feds basically say we have to follow.
Right.
So,
We have them and we will follow
Correct.
them. Okay. got it.
yes, sir.
Well, I'll make the motion then that we approve resolution number 25-24 as presented.
With effective date of today.
With the effective date of today, the 8th of September, 2025.
Okay. Thank you. I have a second.
Is today the 8th?
10th.
10.
I'm sorry, the date's wrong.
It was going to be the 8th.
It is the 10th of September, 2025 is the effective date.
Okay, 10th amended. 10th amended. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move on to F, consideration and possible action concerning vacancies on boards and commissions within the city of Lido. Zach?
Yeah, so I think we were trying to look to fill 2 vacancies that we still have, one on the Manufactured Home Commission and the one on Annual Citizenship Awards Committee, both from District 5. I do believe Michael, along with the Annual Citizenship Committee, did find somebody for that particular committee, name of Ruth Garcia. And so if Councilman Martinez is okay with that, then that would be what we would move forward, at least to carve that one. Not sure if you had anybody on the manufactured home yet. Okay.
You want to go ahead and make the motion for citizenship award?
Perfect.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Oh, sorry.
Got a second? Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. And we'll go ahead and see if maybe by the next one, we'll take care of it. If not, let us know so we can help out. We can always help each other out and try to take care of that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to G, discussion and update concerning water well number 2. Zach?
Yeah, so I think probably tag team this, but we hadn't provided an update in quite a while on what's been going on well 2. Of course, if you all recall, this is the one that was the well that operated the city for a long time. We found oil in the well, and we've been working with various groups to ensure that we can get it back online after it was taken offline inadvertently. So we've continued to flush the well. And recently, when Adrian has come on board, at least in the contracting role that he has been working with us, we worked with him to start collecting some samples and have submitted those to the lab. And we are seeing at least positive results now. We are seeing some indication that the flushing and everything that's going on that we've been doing to it is seemed to be working, which is great news. We're again continuing to try to bring that back online and work with our partners at TCEQ and Edwards with doing that. We know that there's going to be some exemptions that are going to be needed just because it was taken offline, and there are various things that since the well was drilled in 71, that there weren't on the ground situations around it that are now that would not qualify the well to be there today. But because it was taken offline, we'll have to go through that process. But that's something that we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we just want to keep you all appraised of everything. But we are seeing really good signs that the work we've been doing seems to be working. The one thing that council did notate this budget year was still pursuing a new water well, and that is something that we, myself and Mayor Gonzalez, has been actively trying to identify and move forward with our partners on the engineering side as well as our financial partners in Samco. So we're continuing to move forward on that, but this is good news, at least to kind of help us make a stopgap. As you are aware, We do have an active violation with TCEQ that we don't have a second well or a second source of water at this point. And so that continues to kind of remain out there over our heads, but we're doing what we can to try to, rectify that. So is that a fair?
Nope, pretty straightforward and stuff. Once again, been very heavy, thanks to Public Works, working really hard. Austin, Pete, everybody
Yes.
over there working really hard to do what we need to do with the help of Adrian, doing what was required for us, just because it is a good source. Just a reminder, this is the same well that we have gone through all the stringent tests, the cameras, the sonar,
A lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff on there, and they haven't been able to find. So we're just thinking we ended up with something that floated in and kind of stayed there, and now we're getting to a point just because we're trying to make sure that we actually can extend as much as we can to save our taxpayers as much money as we can, and be able to utilize it as a secondary. Our primary is doing awesome. It's doing great. There's no worries, no nothing on our primary, but we do need to go ahead and start looking to the future of making sure that we have the next and the next. And don't forget that we also we're working very closely with East Medina
Yes.
with an emergency connect. We already identified the site. Our engineers are in there. So we're going to have a plan B, plan C, and maybe a plan D in place once we get all this all situated. So it's going to be good overall just to be able to do that. This will just give us a little bit more breathing room in a sense of the timetable, just to be able to have, to make sure that we take care of the next step that goes along with that, just to let you know. Okay? So we promised you we would keep you up to date.
Yep.
And that's what we wanted to do, and just to take care of that. All right. Any questions for Zach? Anything? All right. Appreciate that. And I think the next thing that we'll have is the department reports. We'll just jump into, we have animal care and control. Paula, can you check the AC? Make sure you might have cranked it up. That's the end of the day where we normally do, right? So we'll bring it down.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Hola, hola.
I'm here to give my report for the month of August. Let's see here. So calls for service, we had 18. Trap set, 1. Animals euthanized, 0. Animals surrender, 0. Animals returned to owner, 7. Animal intake, 16. 8 adoptions. So we had 28 dogs, 9 cats as of August 31st. Currently, we have 29 dogs and 8 cats. We had 2 dogs transferred to the San Antonio Humane Society in August 11th, 2 dogs to FAWA August 15th, 3 puppies to Darling Dog Rescue August 30th. Our events for Dragonfly and Bella's Pantry. 82 pet owners received food. 7 new owners, and the first person in line was at 12:05 a.m. Upcoming events, September 14th, Doggy Spa Day, photo shoot, and adoption event. I think we're going to have to move that one a little bit further out to coordinate with ag class from Lytle.
Okay.
We have students going over on Thursday, so I think we're going to coordinate with them and move the date. September 20th is Dragonfly. September 27th is Bella's Pantry. Let's see. Any questions?
Have anything? I do want to, we want the council to know first before we go out with Bella's Pantry, because they'll be working with Animal Allies for notification. But unfortunately, a lot of cuts have happened with supply of pet food from different sources where we used to get it. And it's to a point where now we need to worry about whether or not we can sustain it. So the group got together, and the decision was made that at the end of the year, we're going to stop providing that. There's just no way, to be able, if you don't have the sources to be able to do that. And the donations are not the same like it used to be
No, it's
either.
not.
So just want the council to be aware that starting in September, Betty is working really hard on notifications. At that point, we're going to start notifying people at the Bella's Pantry we still have a few more months before we get there, and then eventually it's going to be at the end of the year when we'll stop that. There'll be stuff that'll go out. Divine News, you're going to be included with that. So there's something that is going to be sent out for you all to publish. So you'll be getting something from Animal Allies also and making that announcement just to make sure that we're consistent. Excuse me, across the board. Okay,
Thank you.
come on up. My goodness, little tickle.
All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, our adult computer usage was 119 and 115 for the kids in August. And then circulation was 1,423. It was a little low, I guess, because everything was school starting. But last year I think it was almost 2,000, so it's just school starting. We had 9 users for the e-read and 35 loans. It's still going slow, I think, because a lot of people are not familiar with it, so we try to put it out there for them. We had 7 new library card, new accounts, and 37 renewals and April, May 29 library cards. We still have story time in the other event. We had the library mini golf. We had about almost 100 people come to this event. The kids really, and he already contacted me, so he's going to look at dates for next year. Hopefully, we'll get it a little bit sooner instead of so late in the year. And then I attended the convocation on the 7th. I had training for TLA 2026, and then a SCLERT Teams meeting. And SCLERT stands for, I don't know if I told you all this before, it's Small Community Library Roundtable. So it's an event at the library that or at the TLA conference that I'm going to be the chair for this next year. And then we're still working on those labels and still offering the curbside. There's the calendar. And okay, that top one was Dog Month, and then it was International Pirate Month, and then I think Romance Awareness. And those were the only 3 that we had up, because we also had Shark Week, because this year Shark Week was like divided up into all these different weeks, so we still had Shark Week up. We still have sharks actually up on hanging from the ceiling, so I got to get them down. But that was about it. If anybody has any questions.
Any questions, anything? All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Sandra. Appreciate it. Keep us posted on any events coming up, okay? So we can get them out there. All right, Public Works, Austin in the house.
How's
Here
it
we
going, Mayor,
go.
Council?
Taking care of business. Here we go.
So the August report. So the total work orders we had this last month was 58. Water related was 38. We have no new meters installed, 3 main breaks, all have been fixed, and 3 service line leaks, which have been fixed as well. So the rereads, they didn't put a number on there. We've had 20 requests, 12 were from the city, so we're doing better a little bit on our part for messing up on them. Then sewer, we haven't had any stoppages. So we've had 9 finals, 7 new turn-ons, none on the cutoff, none on the reconnect, and then we've had 4 miscellaneous. Total work orders. A lot of our work orders are still mainly going to be from those rereads. Water usage calculated. So on this one, my acre footage when I did my report was 57. For the past 2 years that I've been here, we've been looking at 97, 93, 92. So we're doing something better because now we're at 57.7. So hopefully we continue to go that route. I don't want to have any highs.
Between that and you guys have a designated spot now for hooking up the fire hydrant. So if there's one that helps out, we don't have people.
Have we had that meeting yet? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Authorization for reduction. That one. That was a fun one. That was definitely a fun one.
Where was that at?
So I'm trying to figure out. I think that was one of the many of the ones that we've had on 2790.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had 3 all at one time. We knocked all 3 of them out in one day. That one is just the way the ground's out there. It's a little bit of caliche with some rocks. So what we've been seeing is punctures from the rocks.
The rocks.
So
Yeah.
it's the ground shifting, but as long as we stay up to date on these and keep on them, we'll be fine.
Well, the main thing, like I mentioned before, with a lot of the other jobs that I've been out there with them, is it's not the pipe that is bad, is that whenever they installed the pipe, they were supposed to get the 12 inches all the way around, and unfortunately they didn't do that. So, we're having pipes just because of the way they were installed. But, hey, with that, with that in mind, Austin, I want the council to know that you guys have been knocking out of the park. You were talking about the sewer stoppages and all that, but I tell you what, these guys have been knocking out of the park out at the waste management treatment plant. It is night and day. I mean, the water is just like super clean. They've been doing more efficiencies, more adjustments and everything. It is just unbelievable. I mean, they've been turning around, whether it's the water or the wastewater, they've just been knocking out of the park. So we just want to say, Austin, thank you for your dedication to the community and taking care of that. Please pass it on to everybody.
I will. Do you have anybody else have questions for me? Nothing like that?
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, Richie.
I don't want to set my second string in tonight. I'm afraid it may just.
Okay, go on here. The video calls for service, all those numbers have been pretty routine. 364 traffic citations, up a little more than normal because we had a little Labor Day weekend push that covered most of the end of August, the way Labor Day fell on the 1st. Oh, what's up there? Motor vehicle registration and then speeding almost tied. So a lot of speeding, a lot going on out there. Court will be busy for a few sessions. There's a little breakdown in the chart you can look at. Adult arrest, I'm trying to do anything out of the ordinary. Pretty much a lot of the same stuff. We had a lot of DWIs, and a lot of drugs, a lot of drug paraphernalia. Mostly that. Some warrant arrest. Let me see, warrant arrest, drug paraphernalia. A lot of arrest, a lot of stuff going on. Thefts, again, I mean, wow, not too many. We had that necklace at HEB. We actually got that back.
Where was it?
Well, it was some traveling thieves that showed back up, and a guy called me on them, and we got to get over there, and they're basically selling fake gold, you know, but they were in the country illegally. They're from Romania. Romania, right, Matt? Romania. They were both already on monitors from ICE. They were
in the parking lot?
fake gold. Yeah, they both were supposed to have reported back to ICE. So we got a hold of ICE because they had these monitors and stuff on. They said, hey, those people hadn't shown up. We want them. So that's one instance where we released them to Immigration's Customs Enforcement. Romanians.
But they were selling inside HEB or at the
Parking lot.
in the parking lot?
Yeah. So if somebody, tip to all you councilmen and people that may be listening, gold is about $3,400 an ounce. If somebody wants to sell you a big old ring for $50 and it's 14 karat gold, probably not real gold, okay? But they did make a living selling that. They have a good story. They tell you that they just need a little extra cash. And, if it was real gold, it'd be a real good deal. Anyway, but in the whole scope of that, what was real neat was they did do a switcheroo and got a guy's real gold necklace. And Matt, through his maneuvering with him, got him to actually a family member to bring that guy's gold necklace back, and we recovered it and got it back to that guy. Right. So thank you, Matt and David and Anthony, and it was a wonderful deal. I thought the necklace would have been gone for sure because we had about a week time span. Great deal. Anyway, I got his necklace back, a real gold necklace, and it was like his most valuable possession. He was very happy. So, good. That one ended okay.
Awesome.
Phone scams. That's where they called over there to the truck stop over and said, hey, you need to put some money in the Bitcoin machine to pay a bill for the company or whatever, and they go run over real quick and do it. They try to, do it real early in the morning where people aren't thinking straight, and just a scam deal. Well, we had waste management trash can off that really got stolen. We had theft of package that was left out there on 6842. That was some cakes, huh? Oh, the guy. Oh, so they did. We tracked down who got it because people have cameras. Matt and them got on the trail, and the guy actually paid them back for the baked goods that they didn't get. So, that'd be if I turned into a thief, I'd probably get a case of some Amazon drop off Twinkies or something, it wouldn't be like an iPhone. Lottery scratch tickets, that's really not a theft. That's more of an inventory issue. You got new management with the inventory. There's some tickets missing. They're not activated. They're not actually have no cash value, but, they occasionally have to do those. reports, special events. Siren test, that was in August. We're in September now, right? We're at the convocation. Lyle SD has a new alerting system. I went through a deal on that. And a court testimony class, the DA wanted to send some people to. Fire marshal inspection on new construction at the primary. Fire inspection Tommy Joe's. Inspection underground, that's another primary project. And a real weird fire. We had a small GPS burning in the middle of the roadway. A system about this big. Probably the battery, got heated up, and very odd, but interesting nonetheless. 9 people filed with the county attorney. 9 people, 13 charges at the county. 4 people, 4 felonies. And we're at the bottom there. So we had 4.75 hours overtime. There's your vacation, your other hours and stuff. So we're fixing the end of the year. We're almost at the end of the year with only 99 hours overtime. So for 12 full-time people in a small department with a lot going on, 99 hours spread out over 12 months. That's what I'm reading, right? Yeah. Excellent. I mean, but because we've got the staffing now, we're not forcing people into overtime. So it's working. And a lot of the overtime we have there is because people are picking up DWIs at the end of the schedule, and I don't have any time to comp them out. And there's just nothing. Like we had a bad accident on the interstate. I had a guy who was supposed to get off, but he stayed because we had this bad accident. I mean, he'd actually been comped out some hours before, and then this accident happened. But that's going to happen. But again, those numbers don't bother me. What else is no emergency detentions? That was cool. Assisting outside agencies. Let me see. Medina County with a 911 hang up in Twin Lakes for road rage incident on 35. Escalus County with an alarm. And, something was going on in Somerset. They got canceled to that. Assisted County with a disturbance on Los Palomos. Assisted County with an alarm on Benton City Water. Assist Medina County with a criminal mischief. And assist Escalus County with a mattress fire. I was out there on that one. I could, in La Paz, which is Los Palomos. And then it's just making sure it's with a grass fire on 6710. So, background Danny did, let me see how many get there, 11 different things he did background. And that's it. So Frank, as we know, Frank comes over to Public City Hall on first October, he'll be leaving us. And then we'll be advertising for his position mid-October. But the good thing is we can go without him without pushing overtime and all that because, again, we have adequate staffing. So we're going to get somebody in there. We're going to try real quick because we're going to get them in before the holidays because it's always hard to hire people on the holidays. I don't know why people don't. So that's the plan with that. We're getting prices on vehicles. We've got quotes, and we've got it kind of narrowed down. We're in good shape there. Everything's going actually very well. I mean, if you look at the crime and stuff, is how I kind of judge it by, not really a whole lot going on. School has added a new SRO. That's going to help us. We're still going to be very involved with them, but I mean, it's going to help because they had one person basically carrying all that burden, and it's really too much, So now they're going to have a second one. And it's a guy who works for the sheriff's department, so we know him. He lives here in town, so we're doing well there. I think everything's going pretty well.
Well, Richie, thank you for not only helping out the SRO and everything over at the school with primary and some of the other locations with the traffic. Appreciate all that, and especially during the construction portion that goes with that. But also wanted to thank you all because you want to let them know about our sirens and where we're at.
Well, we did. It's not my sirens, Mayor's emergency management guy, but we actually got all 5 sirens went off, so we have 5. Of course, now the way y'all are annexing property, or whatever, now you're going to go get a 6th one somewhere. Before we know it, we're going to have one up at Shepherd Road.
Yeah.
Maybe put one up at South Park Mall. I don't know.
So we now have one that covers new development area.
I'll go check it.
It's over at the waste management, so it works out really good being able to do that. So Matt has worked really hard.
He's done a lot on that.
Try to get that one together. And then we did the radio check also. Mm-hmm. So we had Mr. and Mrs. Kirtland working along with PD. We're purchasing some radios and stuff, so we have an alternate. That test went great. easy way for, in case we have calm out where we don't have any cell, we don't have anything, we're able to use those regular walkie-talkies on channel 16 and everybody can get information if we ever needed to. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and work on trying to obtain some to help those that might need some help with getting one in their homes, maybe the elderly, so they can have something that they can actually use, be able to turn on and do that. And then the other thing, the outcome out of this, some of the surrounding communities have already asked about what are we doing with this, and it's turned out very positive. I think down in the Pleasanton area, one of the individuals down there is taking the lead and trying to implement something like what we're already doing. So it's just a great backup for emergency purposes to be able to send information. And our police department, they already got the radios, so we're going to be working on programming them. So we will actually have ways of, in alternate locations, we would be able to use that to be able to disseminate information and be able to communicate. So it's going to be a great thing. So
really, I mean, you got to dig pretty deep around here if you want to find something pretty negative. I mean, you got to. I mean, there's so much positive stuff going on. You know, I mean, you got to. It's kind of scary, you know. We don't, especially when you look at some things like Pokey. You know, they fire the police chief and everybody. You know, and so you know, you don't. I mean, really, I mean, we're very fortunate here. We're very blessed, and you know,
we are.
the complaints I have are so I could write them all down and it'd be like, oh, that's nothing. There you go.
Council, anything? All right.
I'll just carry on and ramble on. You know.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. All right. With that in mind, let's see. It's 7:16. I think the two will be real quick. Right? It'll be really quick. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and cover number 9. And this is going to be executive session. The City Council, City of Lidle, may convene in executive session in accordance with Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, consultation with an attorney, Section 551.072, real property, and Section 551.087, economic development negotiations, to discuss and consider the following items: A, Project Art, and B, discussion concerning pending litigation and civil citation filed with Atascosa County District County Clerk or Court. It is 7:17, so Paula, if you can go ahead and show us going into executive session. Shouldn't take us that long, but Council and Austin, if you can meet us
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and say returning from executive session at 7:51 PM. We'll go ahead and move on to item number 10, discussion and possible action regarding matters discussed in executive session. No action taken on this one. I have anything to pass on that. So we'll go ahead and move on and go into number 11, action or information items. And we'll go ahead and start right up here. Anything to share? Paola? Okay.
I'll just give council an update on the demolition of the structure over here off of Main Street. So they did start demolition. Unfortunately, they've run into a lot of issues with the state of the structure, much more in a dilapidated state than what was originally anticipated and or seen. And so as they started to kind of pull back, it really, I mean, he described it basically like Jell-O, and they're concerned because you have power lines running on one side. Obviously, you have a house that's there that people are living in and really, don't want to leave. And I feel like are probably waiting for something to fall on the house so that they could sue. We are running, they ran into some complications when they started based on all that. So that being said, unfortunately, they've had to go back to the drawing board, and it is going to be some additional cost. But of course, as we've talked about, this will be charged back to the property in the form of a lien, and or they can pay us. But they are basically having to go in and kind of hand demo the top floor and work way down, and then kind of implode on itself eventually. But it's just so unstable and so deteriorated that that's really the only option they have at this point. So they've even kind of gone in the back and even put some temporary bracing just to even help, even their guys being up top there, just because it's that bad. Very surprised that that in wind events that we've had and stuff, that it honestly hadn't been knocked down already is what they're saying. So, but just wanted to give you an update. It's moving. They say probably about 10 to 15 days total that they should be out there from this Monday was when that new timeline was established. So we'll see probably for another week and a half, if not 2 weeks, that they'll be out here and then should be on the ground at that point. So
Doing it safely.
yes.
That's what's the most important thing. And be glad that it got caught. And yeah, could have gotten even worse or been worse. Okay, going in the back. Anything at all? Nothing. Anything at all? Nothing.
First home football game is Friday
I know.
against Bandera.
Bandera, and it's
I think it's
parents night. It's parents
Oh,
night.
it is parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's parents' night on that, so they will take care of that. Okay, a few things to pass on. VFW walk. It looks like the Freedom Walk. They're going to be doing it. I think they're just going to do it out. Have they told you?
Yes, I met with them yesterday. We're gonna leave the, post, stay on the shoulder, go to McCoy Lane, take a right on McCoy Lane, and then go up and come in the back of the VFW.
So it's going to stay outside. It's going to be over there.
Well, it'll actually be a little bit in the city when they hit McCoy Lane, so I'm gonna send some people out if they're available to help. Shouldn't need any traffic control, but just kind of maybe slow traffic down a little bit, and then there'll be, I went out today and checked the bar ditch there, and it's clear of obstructions and everything. It should be fine.
Okay. Okie dokie. So that's happening this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Monday we got Project Cinco, and you should have a flyer in front of you with the details for that. And we'll definitely make sure that possible quorum is identified out there. But every one of you is invited for that grand opening out there on site. I think be a little bit of speeches, the actual shoveling, and then some food being out there. I think they want people to get there about 3:30,
And it'll start at about 3:45 and should start up, so.
and then be done by 5 o'clock. Okay?
They'll have a tent,
Big tent, so be under shade.
so, yeah, they're planning for it.
So if you have a chance, please join us out there and be able to welcome them into the community. We got the first responders meal for Medina County. That's on the 20th of September over in Hondo. Just pass that word around. It's a free for the first responders and their families. They do a pretty good job. I think the Medina County Rotary Club, along with Go Medina, is putting this one together. So great opportunity to be out there for that. We have the Vital Economic Development Forum on the 24th. Just a reminder, please let folks, those that are interested on what's happening around this area, they have some questions or concerns, the city administrator and myself will actually be out at the community center. We welcome. We'll keep pushing it out there for anybody who wants to attend and ask any questions or talk about anything. We can go ahead and cover that portion of it. St. Andrew's Church Festival on the 27th and the 28th. So it's right around the corner. So it's going to get pretty busy right down the street over here during that time. It's going to be a 2-night thing, so be prepared. And I know PD, you guys are in the loop with that, or
We're going to be working security for them. I've got the schedule already. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting with it being 2 days.
I know.
They're going to be pretty tired. Everybody be pretty tired. by
Let's see how it goes. Usually in the one night, everybody's tired, so see how that goes.
We'll see.
You got National Night Out coming on the 7th
Yeah,
of
I forgot-
October.
Yes, I forgot to mention that too. We've already got about 12 or 13 businesses/organizations that's contacted me. So we'll be getting some more in probably for tables and stuff. Be good.
Yep, so we have that. We got the Trail Frame going up to Fort Worth on the 23rd and the 24th. Homecoming Game and Parade on the 24th and the 25th of October. Have we seen anything about the parade? Has anybody seen anything besides just setting it up?
I sent the permit in to TxDOT and I haven't got it back yet, so I'm gonna follow up with them, you know. But,
Okay.
no, other than just the initial, I know they're meeting, next students meet over at the bank once a week or once every 2 weeks planning it from what I gathered, but
Okay.
I haven't heard anything. But normally, we don't have a lot of, there's really never any variance on the last 25 years. It's pretty much the same thing.
I know people are asking about signing up, so if anybody sees
I
anything,
have not seen anything on that.
yeah, on the
Yeah,
signing up.
Yeah, but for the parade to be successful, they will need interest.
Yeah, so
I'm real smart. You are lucky you got somebody like me.
I know. So please, I know there's different organizations that like to be part of that parade. Please make sure, just let them to stay tuned. They should be seeing something coming out. Hopefully we'll get the forms and everything, be able to get them in. But it's on the 24th, on the 25th. Originally it was supposed to be on the 10th around there, but it got moved. So it's a little bit later in October when that's happening. And then just remember, I know it's way ahead, but on the 13th of December is when we have our hayride. That's going to be a busy night, but in the daytime, we're also going to be busy because that's going to be our wreaths across America. So taking care of veterans in different cemeteries. We'll have a little bit more discussion getting into that, but we'll be busy in the morning in a few different places and then in the evening with a hayride, just so you have an idea. Okay? That's just a real quick, just to give you a perspective. We've got a lot of stuff going on. You already mentioned about the football game and a few other things happening here in the near future. Please go out there and support them and support the schools. A lot of stuff that is going on. Okay?
We usually have a cleanup in October, don't we?
Yes, we haven't had anything or heard anything.
Well, if we have a homecoming parade on the 25th, 4th, 5th, probably the 18th of October would be a great day to do that.
We'll look at it, because I know we always try to go right after the brush. So, or on the,
Bulk.
The quarterly pickup, yeah.
No, it's a good point.
Yeah.
But the other point is we gotta get people out here too, to go clean up the streets.
It's always an issue, yes.
So that's gonna be the next
I'll take a
one.
look at the dates, though.
Yeah, good point.
I don't see anything on the 18th, so That would be a suggestion.
I will start that.
They got a barbecue cook-off on the 18th of October, and I'm black on that, maybe it's.
Where's that from?
SAB, Lido PD is, a team that's gonna be in it.
Winners already. It's not a cooking team, it's an eating team.
That's it.
We have it in there. You're able to do that. We give them a trash bag and go pick up trash and
That's right.
head over your way. How's that?
$2 off if they bring a bag of trash.
Final staging area where Baby Huey's after you pick up, right? How's that?
We'll put a dumpster down there.
Hey, it'll be good. All right. Anything else? All right. With that,
If you haven't noticed, the lights are getting installed.
oh yeah.
And baseball fields out there, so they're starting to.
It's gonna be nice once we get them all. All right, with that in mind, it is 8:02. If I can have a motion for us to go ahead and adjourn.
Yeah, I'll make the motion, we adjourn.
Okay, got a motion. Do I have a second? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You
They
still,
did bring some goodies. They're in the back, so make sure take advantage of that.
you still need me to